skill alive. In fact, on the show today, we'll talk about efforts being made to preserve ancient art forms. Not just that, we've got some interesting rural holiday ideas for you. All of that coming your way in the next half hour. We take the road less travelled and head to the interiors of Maharashtra with AgriTourism. We tune into What's on India, the country's first interactive TV channel guide. And looking to go back to your roots? Well, Kraft's villa on our elevator pitch has some solutions. Now, places like Goa, Shimla, Manali, without a doubt, are global tourist attractions. But believe it or not, increasingly, travellers are now picking destinations like villages tucked away in the hinterland. Our very own Davina Monroe then decided to pack her bags and take the road less travelled.
Beaches and rocky hills are frequented tourist spots, quite unlike villages like Malegaon, deep within the Maharashtrian terrain. I'm here to lead the simple life and tour rural India with the leader in the space, AgriTourism. India. The country in the far east, famous for its many faiths, cultures and traditions. A land whose acres of mystical expanse has never failed to mesmerize many a passing traveller. But with its metros, cities and monumental attractions hogging the limelight, the real beauty of the land lies undiscovered within. That until one farmer's son set out to unveil it with his venture, AgriTourism.
Agricultural tourism is basically a combination of tourism and agriculture in the rural settings, where the host is being played by the farmers, and the tourist can go and stay with him. Tourist can actually partake in the farming activities. Tourist actually can do a village tour, farm tours, and have a first-hand experience of agriculture.
Founded in 2004, AgriTourism began its pilot project in Malegaon near Baramati on the Agriculture Development Trust farm with an investment of 10 lakh rupees. But for his model to work, he would need complete support of the farmer community. And thus he involved a unique inclusive business model where 70% of all revenues earned from tours are given back to the farmers.
Key issues what I'm addressing is if you look at the farmer's side, the expenses for the farmer is on a weekly basis. But for that matter, income is only once, twice or thrice in a year. And I thought that tourism was one activity where farmer can generate income on weekly basis so as to substitute the expenses, and in farm produce can be of a net profit to him.
The rural tour, one which has evolved over time, starts with a traditional rural welcome and a healthy breakfast. A typical day starts with a trip to the dairy farm where tourists learn about milking activities. It's here that they can also learn how to milk a cow. Followed by visits to the emu farm and the silk processing unit, where tourists are taken through the entire sericulture process. While being taken through all of this, tourists can also enjoy bullock cart and tractor rides. Now, other than traditional farming activities like ploughing and harvesting, tourists also learn about and take part in supplementary farming activities like grafting in the nursery, which farmers would normally engage in as an additional source to their income. Those who choose an overnight stay also have the option of wandering through the 110 acres of fruit plantations surrounding the AgriTourism campsite in the evening. by some good old rural festivity in the night. And a visit to the winery and jaggery unit the next day. Enough sights and sounds for schools to bring their students here for a summer camp.
Everything about these urban children is compartmentalized because for them it exists only in textbooks. So what we basically have done is we've got them here. We are trying to fuse what they have learned to what actually is.
We learned that we should not spray so much pesticides on the plants as it is harmful for the plants, and we should not keep inorganic materials on the soil as it reduces the organic components of the soil.
Bird watching is the interesting thing over here. We saw many peacocks and other species of birds.
This tourism no doubt helps support the farmer community too. Tourists buy agricultural products like jaggery directly from the farmers, hence cutting out the middlemen. An upcoming AgriTourism training center also trains farmers on promoting tourism activities on their farms, thereby ensuring well-rounded growth for each individual farmer.
Because of agritourism, so many people knows about that our wines. Otherwise, it is very difficult to advertise our wine because I am not a big industrialist or I have not so much money. Only because of visit of that agritourism people knows about that wine, what type of wine produced here.
AgriTourism has three sources of revenues. The primary source is AgriTourism. Here they have different day and night packages ranging from Rs 600 to Rs 1000 per day. Summer camps are the secondary source where they charge from Rs 2500 to 4000 rupees for a 3-day camp. The third evolving source of revenue is through training farmers on AgriTourism. Here they charge each farmer Rs 10,000 for a week's training. And combining all three sources of revenue, they project a revenue of Rs 45 lakhs for this year and Rs 10 crores by 2016.
When we started implementing this project till 2011, almost 7 years have gone into agricultural development, product development, market developments, other market sector developments, farmer as such developments, training programs. So we have come a long way now. But still, we wanted to grow in, as I told you, we wanted to grow in other parts of the country and other parts of the world also.
One big factor will always remain in Pandurang's favor, and that's urban cities getting more and more populated every passing day. And as long as that continues, a short holiday in rural India will always be looked at with a sparkle in the traveller's eye. Well, I've had a fun and exciting 2 days here at the AgriTourism Center, learning everything from dairy farming to silk processing. And with the urban and rural gap being bridged, we hope to see them expand rapidly to other states in the near future.
Well, that looked pretty offbeat and exciting. In case you're interested in exploring rural India, you can get in touch with AgriTourism at this particular address. We'll take a breather here on the show, but coming up, it's the country's first television channel guide. What's on India is up next.